Welcome to a live and special edition of YEV, because it comes to that time where it's the end of the year. So it's our end of year EV quiz. And joining me today is Alex Grant and also Kevin Booker. It's going to be a bit of a battle of the titans. And we've got a fact or fiction round coming. And I urge all the viewers to get involved. We're going to just delay for a little bit as we wait for people to jump on, because I want to get a few more people on before we start asking the questions and going through the comments. Maybe just as a bit of a warm up, I'm going to talk about what I'm drinking tonight, chaps. I'm drinking something quite different, actually. I got it for Christmas. It's a Stormtrooper IPA. Stormtrooper IPA. Situation normal, India Pale Ale, 4.7, guaranteed to hit the mark. Alex,
I was going to say, when you take a drink of it, does it like go over your shoulder or like literally anywhere other than your mouth? Given that it's Stormtrooper Ale.
Well, I think it should be like a rebellion, like a rebel one where it stays on target into the mouth. Whereas Stormtrooper, yeah, like you said, it could go anywhere. I don't know where how we're doing commuter branch line. We're just delaying for a bit while we wait for a few more people to jump on. And then we're going to start the fact or fiction. And I urge everyone to get involved. As you can see at the bottom, it says type F for fact, FI for fiction. It might help out some of, Alex and Kevin. I'm not sure where Kevin's gone. He's dropped out. So we'll wait for him to jump back on. But what are you drinking to keep yourself warm this evening, Alex?
Oh, well, as you can see, I'm by a roaring fire. So I have a nice cold bottle of water to keep me warm.
Fair play. What's everyone drinking? It'd be interesting to know if anyone's teetotal already or waiting for dry January like myself. That's why I'm getting the beers in early. I'm going to try and sink as many of these beers. I've got some neck oil as well. Cheeky bit of neck oil. So we've got a few people having a chat. So we've got commuter branch line. Hello, mate. Bonjour. 42. It's close to my age. What does 42 represent? Just casually wearing my 2024 winners t-shirt at present. Good work, Dean. Good work. I did get it to you eventually. It only took a few months. So just to highlight for people, Dean won last year's quiz. Go on, Alex.
42 is 6 sevens, isn't it?
Oh,
you got kids?
We don't talk about 6-7, do we, Monica? She just gave me a funny look. Yeah, let me just see where has Kevin gone? Oh, Kevin's back. There we go. So,
steamy.
Feliz Navidad.
Feliz Navidad.
Feliz Navidad. Yeah, perfect. Meh. Well, whatever gets your Christmas going.
Yeah, why not? Yeah.
Guinness to drown my sorrows. What's happened, mate? Oh my goodness. Can't be all that bad. But Guinness is a good one. The answer to everything, 42. It's a bit like when my kids ask me the time, I always say 4:30.
Doesn't Tesla volume go up to level 42? And it either goes up to 11 or 42. I'm sure it's got a level 42 on there.
I don't know.
There is a reference to that on Teslas. I know that.
I'm not sure.
Run out and check your car.
But for everyone who's just jumped on, we're just biding our time a little bit before we start the quiz, and we'll get cracking. And I really encourage everyone to get involved with pressing F in the comments for fact, FI for fiction. Not that you're going to help these titans of EV knowledge by the side of me here. But yeah, so let's just go through the comments. The answer to the meaning of life and everything. Yeah, it's true. Good evening. Hello, Adrian. How we doing? Malcolm, how we doing? 42 is the answer to life. The universe. Oh, of course, it's Hitchhiker's Guide, I'm guessing.
It is.
I'm drinking tea from Yorkshire EV Club mug. Nice. I've got 10K PB to smash tomorrow.
I did 5K today, but I was just about 30 minutes, so I need to be a bit quicker.
I can't. Oh, here it is. There we go. Just going to pour my special IPA in the Chargeheads mug here. What are you drinking, Kev? We're just going through what we're using to warm the cockles tonight.
Something normal.
Baby Sham.
Well.
Apple Tizer. So it's just me getting merry. Okay, fair enough.
Well, I might need to drive somewhere.
I need
It's
to
a
stay
cheat.
sharp. So obviously, I can't.
Yeah, I
Exactly.
don't want Alex to beat me as well. It's like that's
Ah,
and going
well,
from not drinking ever to drinking today just for the quiz might mean that Alex beat me.
well, I'm going to be controversial and say, well, emergencies no good for me because I've got an electric vehicle. So clearly, I can't do any emergencies. Sorry, bad joke. Bad joke. I wrote off my 2022 Tesla Model Y last week. No collision. It was flood damage. Not the best week. Oh dear, mate. Sorry to hear that. Insurance paid up okay, if not a few quid short. Any suggestions as to replacement? It's got to be a new shape Tesla Model Y, isn't it? Really? And I'm sure Kevin would bolster that.
Or an Ionic 5.
I'm outnumbered here.
I said or an Ionic 5.
Well, I think we better get started. We've got 20 on involved, so just for everyone who's just joined in or join the chat. So this is a fact or fiction EV quiz, the Battle of the Titans. We've got Alex and Kevin next to me.
I've got a plan on how I'm going to answer.
Yeah, there we go. And I'm going to ask a question.
And an FI.
Sorry, say again.
I'm drawing an F and an FI on my paper.
Well, put it this way: anyone that wants to answer the fact or fiction question,
I can do it.
put in an F. False. Okay, an F.
All right,
We spared no expense with this one. Absolutely none whatsoever.
Not. Absolutely
Apart
not.
from the log on my lovely warm fire.
Yes.
I was going to say, and Alex will notice this paper. Look, remember them? They sponsored a Fleet World EV rally, and I've still got that's what's left of it.
I've got an Envivo. It's quite festive, electric. Anyway, let's get started. But yeah, so what I'm going to do, if people put in F for fact, if they think it's a fact, FI if they think it's a fiction, and I'll select a few people from the comments to highlight to see whether they got it right or wrong, and then I'll ask Alex and Kev, and we'll do question after the question, and we'll tot up the points as we go along. There are 30 questions. Some are slightly controversial. I'm going to say it now, and we could probably have a little bit of a chat about them as we go. And then I'm going to ask right at the end a final question. So yeah, hold on for that one. So we better get started. I suppose I better go and get my questions. Here we go. So are you ready, Alex? Are you ready, Kevin?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Okay. Fingers on the buzzers. So it's not a buzzer. Right. So everyone. So question 1, and the topic F is for goodness sake, 36 years without collision or claim, then flooded. Oh well, at least no one got hurt. Exactly. Right. So question number 1. The topic is batteries and technology. So question number 1, fact or fiction? Most EV batteries will outlast the car they're fitted to. What do you think? What do you think, chat? Do you think that EV batteries will outlast the car they're fitted to? Okay, we've got facts here. We've got a load of facts in here. Oh, yeah, Dean, Tescan, Commuter Branch Line, Malcolm, Mark, Cornwall, Roland. It's pretty unanimous, actually.
Are we going to do a synchronized drawing here?
Yeah, synchronized drawing. 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah.
True. Fact. Yes.
Dock a point. Alex is using the wrong terminology.
I know. Yeah. I'm going to
settle down.
Amend that. Sorry.
It's fighting talk. Right. Okay. Good stuff. Well done, everyone. Everyone gets a point. Feel free to note down your score, and bearing in mind, I can watch this back. So if I think people are cheating, I'll probably let you know in 2027. Okay.
I'm just
number 2.
I'm the person here who's like the day job as head of IT, and I'm the one using paper.
Says it all, mate. Says it all. So question number 2. Fast charging always causes significant battery damage. Fact or fiction? In the chat, far away. F for fact, FI for fiction. Oh, a few different answers this time round. So we've got a bit of fiction. We've got a couple of facts. So Malcolm thinks it's a fact. Mark
Depends on the
thinks it's
car, I'm
fiction.
going to say.
Yusuf,
Depends on a lot of things,
Fact.
like the last one did.
Adrian Thomas thinks it's a fiction. Mod Scotsman thinks it's a fiction. So, Kev and Alex, reveal your answers. Go
I'm
for
going
it.
to say dang
Fiction at both rounds.
Yeah,
It
but
is,
I
in
would
fact-
say there's one car that doesn't apply to,
it. Yeah,
which didn't have battery cooling.
yeah. I was going to say it depends on how well the battery's cooled, doesn't it? So
It's very true. I'm not going to say that all of these questions are clear cut, but let's highlight these because I think it's important for knowledge. So,
Bonus point for Mod Scotsman there, if you look at his comment.
yeah,
no bonus, but we can highlight Mod Scotland for being absolutely right. Leafs, and I think that's probably the only car without liquid cooling. But yes, it is in fact.
So we had air
fiction.
cooling, didn't it? So Zoe
Yeah.
used the air conditioning, so it did have
Yeah.
cooling, but it wasn't as clever as like modern
That's
cars.
right. That's right indeed. So let's get to question 3. Well done, everyone. Yusuf and Malcolm Fowler, Tescan, Lewis Standing. I'm not sure if that was Lewis from the last question, but you did really, other than you guys. So I'm just making a note of this, guys, just so I know that people aren't cheating later. Right, EV batteries can't be recycled at scale. That's number 3. EV batteries can't be recycled at scale. Is that a fact or a fiction? What do we think? That Roland straight in there. He's having none of it. He thinks it's a fiction. Malcolm Fowler, same. Dean, yep. Adrian Thomas, a lot of fictions in there.
I'm going with a butt on this one. I know what I'm going to go for, but yeah.
Okay.
I
Alex,
want to add a
your
butt as
answers,
well.
Go for it now.
Ready?
Go.
Mhm.
Okay, we've got fictions. You are correct. It is a fiction. But what is your but, Alex?
The infrastructure isn't there yet. There's not enough capacity at the moment to do it. There will be, but there isn't at the moment.
Agreed.
And
Agreed.
there's-
So
there's
yes,
also
you can
not-
do it, but it needs the infrastructure in place. So
Just to say we haven't
technically,
got balance here, chaps. You know,
Yeah.
it's not just simple yes or no. We're working with the grey at YEV here. So good shout, Alex.
Yeah,
So
and there's
question
not
number
enough.
4.
There's not enough batteries for them to do it at scale yet because
that's why. Yeah,
they're
it's a
not
chicken and
failing
egg
at
thing.
the rates that
Yeah.
we
Mod
expect.
Scotsman, I think we need an expert round for you. What to percentage? What are you talking about? Percentage of the battery? You know what? Whack it in there, Mod Scotsman. It'd be interesting to know if you know the answer or as a general rule of thumb. But if we go straight on to question 4, cold weather permanently damages EV batteries. Fact or fiction? Cold weather permanently damages EV batteries. Fact or fiction? What do we think? Lots of fictions in here. Dean, you think it's a fiction? Roland, more. You're very quick with the answer there, Dean. It's almost like you need another prize. This is unfortunately chipped. I can tell you that. If you win. Currently up to 94%. They say that they can get to 98% for recycling. Thanks, Mod Scotsman, for clarifying that for recycling batteries. It's always good to know these things in a bit more detail. Cheers, bud.
How
Yeah, I
cold
think
are we
that's-
talking?
I think that's a resounding fiction.
Yeah.
So, yes, Alex, Kev, what do you think? Fact or fiction? Cold weather.
There we go. I've
permanent
gone slightly
batteries?
higher.
Fiction. Yes, you are correct. Let's roll straight into number 5. So, question number 5. An electric vehicle with 100,000 miles is near the end of its usable battery life. So, an electric vehicle with 100,000 miles is near the end of its usable battery life. I hope not. Otherwise, I'm a bit scuppered. I get a bus pass.
And
Well, I'm
like
going to say there are some
explain the
grey
certain
areas on
brands.
this as well, aren't there? I mean, if it's been
Yeah,
parked
it
next
is
to
true.
the sea,
It's true. Lots of fictions there. Mark Cornwall straight in. Dean, you're a bit late on that one, mate. Tescan straight in with a fiction. Roland straight in with a fiction. Yusuf Vlog, yep, straight into a fiction. Mod Scotsman, he's fiction unless it's lead acid. That's a good point. Chaps, what do we think?
Ready?
Fact or fiction? Fiction. Yes, you're right. Absolutely right. And I think Mod Scotsman's probably right there as well. If belief may be true.
When you've seen a word so many times now, it looks wrong. Fiction has started to look wrong, as if it's spelt wrong for me. But I'm basing it on Alex being able to spell, so I'm assuming it's right.
It's right.
Right. This is the last question of the batteries and tech round. So, are you ready with an F or an FI in the chat, whether it's fact or fiction? Number 6, battery degradation slows down significantly. Sorry, I've only had one. Battery degradation slows down significantly after the first few years. Fact or fiction?
That's a very grey area, that one.
I was going to say there's a huge grey area on this.
Dean has got quicker now. He's taken the feedback. We've got a couple of fictions in here. Lewis Standing and Mod Scotsman is going for a fiction. The rest are facts all round so far. Chaps, are you ready to answer this one?
Mm-hmm.
Hang
on.
Okay.
This may split the audience. Yeah.
There we go. Battery degradation slows down significantly after the first few years. Fact or fiction? Kevin and Alex, go.
I'm going to say fact with a but.
Yeah, I'm going to say fiction with a but.
Well, I can only go by the official question and answers, but we will talk about the grey area. But officially, Kev has got a point and Alex has not. So take me through your answer, Alex.
I would say that at the moment, 80% of them are being bought by company car drivers who are high mileage drivers than compared to private drivers, and therefore you'll get most of your battery degradation done in the first few years. And also, generally speaking, the more your battery degrades, the more times you're going to be charging it per 1,000 miles and so on. I would suggest that, I don't know. I'm not convinced by that one.
Well, the data does suggest that battery degradation is the worst the first year, and then it starts to slow down. So that's what the data suggests. So I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna go with what were your thoughts, Kev?
See, my but was going to be that under laboratory conditions, it is that. So when you do the test where you deliberately try and do that, but that's a forced usage cycle. So it's not what normal people do. And if you look at some of the data on older cars and stuff, age is worse for them than usage. So with the older battery chemistries, age is more of a factor than actual charge cycles. Strange enough, that's more prevalent than this week.
So, Alex,
basically, Kev, no, what you should have just said is gone. The question's completely correct with this, and I'm not going to dispute it at all.
Exactly.
You've got a point, and I haven't, so you're in the lead.
Hey, all fair in quiz conditions. Right. So now we're on to the second round, which is charging and infrastructure. Are you chaps ready? And is everyone ready in the chat? I hope so. Agree, age is worse than usage. Yeah, it is true. Rapid.
Do I get a bonus one for
that? No bonus points in this. Right. Rapid chargers deliver their maximum power for the entire charge session. Question 7. Fact or fiction? Rapid chargers deliver their maximum power for the entire charge session. What do we think, chat?
Depends how quickly you unplug it after you've plugged it in. But
quite a few fictions in here. Quite a few fictions, yeah. Okay, chaps, what do you think? Alex, Kev, give us your answers. Fiction?
No, I think it's a fact. The charger does.
Ooh.
You have to take it.
Well, a rapid charge is not going to give you the maximum power for the entire charge session, is it?
But that's only because of the car. The charger could. It's the car that limits the charger, not the charger that limits the car.
Two becomes one, though, Kev. I think you're just making it more complicated than it actually is.
If you were to plug in an eActros, it will pull 350 for the whole time.
You've got Dean started. He started talking about HGVs as well. Yeah, but they're not going to be a maximum charge output at like 95%, are they? Well, actually, it might be.
Well, the charger would be, though. It's just the car can't take it. So
well, I think that's a bit of a. It is controversial and contentious, but I'm going to go with fact. Fiction. Fiction. Sorry. But I get your point, Kev. You have got a really good point there. There are certain vehicles out there that command a very high output, and then a charger is capable. But in this case, we're basing it on the fact that actually, in general, most vehicles can't take the maximum power from a rapid charger the entire charging session.
Okay, yeah, you changed the question slightly there. You said the vehicle. You said the charger the first time.
Go with it. Just go with it. So the good news is, Kev, you've just lost a point there. Alex has gained one back, so you're back on level. Well done, everyone, for answering that correctly, other than Kevin. So let's move on to the next one, so to speak. So number 8, home charging is cheaper than petrol, even on peak electricity tariffs. Fact or fiction? I'll do the question again.
Because we've got
home charging is cheaper than petrol, even on peak electricity tariffs. Fact or fiction? There's a lot of F's coming in here. Casey,
there's actually a grey area with this one as well.
There's always going to be a grey area.
No, I mean there is the question's not a grey area. I know what the question's asking, but yeah.
Yeah. So Dean's gone with an F. Casey Talks EV's coming with an F. Roland's come with an F. John Baker Char's coming with an F. Yusuf's come with an F. Chaps, reveal your answers. Fact or fiction? Ooh. Fact. Very good. What's the grey area then, Alex?
On a per kilowatt hour basis, fuel's cheaper, significantly cheaper. A litre of fuel's got about 10 kilowatt hours of energy in it, and it's usually about £1.50. So it's about 15p per kilowatt hour. But an EV is that much more efficient that it's cheaper per mile, which is obviously what the question's asking. Even if you're on a, I know what the question's asking. I'm just being difficult.
I think if you're going to be difficult on every single question, I'm not sure if I've got enough beer for this whole podcast. But I'm probably
not as difficult as KC's comment.
What did KC put? If you steal the petrol, then no. It's a good point, mate. Well,
hopefully he doesn't make a habit of that.
Yeah. I bet Casey's there cutting the hoses at the petrol stations. Right. Don't give him any ideas. Right. Number 9. Most public chargers in the UK are slower than 50 kilowatts. Fact or fiction? Most public chargers in the UK are slower than 50 kilowatt.
So we include in all publicly accessible.
Yes.
So destinations are in that one then as well, yeah?
Yeah. Anything that's public. You or I. Everyone's diving in with the Fs, so to speak. Oh, there's a couple of FIs. So Roland thinks it's fiction. And Yusuf Vlog, I think if that's from the last one, yep. How about home charging? It's not public, is it?
It's not. But unless you're on one of those the charger sharing things. But yeah, that's yeah.
Let's just say your own charger is not public, for argument's sake. Like I said, otherwise I will run out of beer for this whole podcast. So, fact or fiction, chaps? Number 9, most public chargers in the UK are slower than 50 kilowatts. Fact by Alex and a fact by Kevin. Yes, indeed. That is the answer to this question. There could be other answers, but we're going with this one. But it's a good point. Well, funnily enough, and I won't dwell on this point, but apparently there's just so much DC fast charging out there. It's just not being utilized. They really need to sort their lives out on the home charging, 2-tier charging and all that. But we've covered that in multiple episodes. So go back and watch them if you haven't already. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, to YEV Podcast. We're also on Spotify and X. So I'd just pop that in there. Question number 10. We're third of the way. You can charge an EV safely in heavy rain. Fact or fiction? You can charge an EV safely in heavy rain. Fact or fiction? What do you think, chat?
I don't know. Remember that sketchy charger we found, Alex? I don't think we could have done that safely in heavy rain.
Were you underwater?
There was a few exposed pins.
It was an AC charger, and all the plastic had come off it, so it was just a load of metal pins poking out of it. Back in the good old days of early electric highway stuff.
Well, I did a very stupid thing and charged on a Tesla charger that looked like someone had knocked it over, but the plug was still working. It still worked. It's on my TikTok account somewhere. I'm not proud of it. So Mark Cornwall thinks it's fact. Adrian Thomas, fact. Casey Talk EV thinks it's a fact. He also thinks that the superchargers that were knee-deep in water might be a push. Yeah, remember that photo that used to go around? Was it Tesla superchargers or somewhere else? I can't remember.
It was Tesla superchargers in a car park on a floodplain, wasn't it?
Alex, Kev, what do you think? Fact or fiction? You can charge an EV safely in the heavy rain. Fact indeed. In fact, I think Felton, Chris Hazel, he would put a jet wash on a port and it worked fine afterwards. So there we go. So question number 11. It's good work, everyone, so far. Good work in the chat there. Good to see the interaction. Have you seen people using charge port covers for when it rains? Yes. I don't get that when people use the covers. Number 11, all CCS rapid chargers are compatible with all CCS EVs. Question number 11, fact or fiction? All CCS rapid chargers are compatible with all CCS EVs.
I don't know, how did you find your trip on one EV rally with a CCS charger, Tim?
Yeah, that wasn't the greatest. So just going straight in here. So we've got a fact, a fiction, Casey Talks has put fiction, and all MGZS EV owners in the chat are miffed. Why are they miffed? I don't get it. CCS1 or CCS2? I didn't ask that question. It's a good point, though. It might be worth elaborating on this one. But chaps, we're going to base it on the answers that I've got here. So all CCS rapid chargers are compatible with all CCS EVs.
I'm interested to see this one.
Go for it. Fiction.
I'm just trying to type.
Oh, wait, whoa, Kev, come on now. Come on now. I'm not sure.
It was fiction.
What do you reckon, Alex?
It was fiction.
I'm not impartial here, am I?
He was a bit slow, wasn't he? He was a bit slow. What do you think, audience? Do you think that Kevin was a bit slow in the answer? He was probably waiting for Alex to answer.
No, I was.
But fact, if you think Kevin was cheating just then, the fact, if Kevin was cheating, it'd be really interesting.
No comments, it's fine. Let's move on.
Well,
moving on.
showing my working. If we're sticking with CCS2, I can't use all. So I'm driving Mocha at the moment. I can't plug it in at all Tesla superchargers, and they're CCS2. So yeah, that's my working out. There's a lot of superchargers that I can't use, even though they've got CCS plugs on them. I can't plug into them.
Okay, yeah, I believe in that. Kevin, pants on fire. Right, Kevin, I can only go with the audience, and they're saying that you tactically delayed your answer. So I'm gonna have to not give you a point for that one.
Checks in the post, commuter branch line.
sorry, Kev, but you know the rules that I've just made up are the rules. So there we go. Question number 12. Well done, everyone. Thanks for getting involved. Question number 12. Vehicle preconditioning improves rapid charging speed. Fact or fiction? Vehicle preconditioning, that's conditioning the battery, improves rapid charging speed. Fact or fiction?
I have my answer ready now, so to prove I want to.
Actually, Commuter Branchline made a really good point there, because he's put in the new Mercs can't use 400 volt. So yeah, some vehicles are 800 volt and they can't necessarily take the CCS if it's 400 volt, if they're 800 volt. Same with trucks. Very good point. I didn't even think about that.
Same.
Very difficult to think when you've been drinking the Stormtrooper IPA, because I'm nowhere near the target. Everyone's saying fact. Mark Cornwell, Tescan, Yuso, Vlog, Dean, Roland, Commuter Branch Line. Kevin, are you ready with your answer?
Yeah, I'm ready. I can look.
You are ready. Okay, just checking. So, chaps, fact or fiction?
I'm just typing mine when.
Oh, there we go. Okay, good stuff. Yeah. Point each way. So we're at the end of the second round, which was charging and infrastructure, and Alex is ahead by 1 point. Kev, you've got a little bit of catching up to do, and just less cheating, really. So
if you can ask to the nearest decimal point, what's the Guinness World Record for a longest distance in a single charging electric SUV? I can do it to 1 decimal point.
I'm sorry, mate, but that's not the question that we're after today. But the next topic is EV performance and driving. So, Kevin, Alex, are you ready? Oh, Commuter Branch Line's on Guinness number 3. I'm slowing down, mate. I need to speed up a bit, don't I? So, are we ready, chaps?
Yeah.
Come on. A bit more vocal. Come on. EVs, number 13. EVs are quicker, 0 to 30 miles per hour than most petrol cars. EVs are quicker, 0 to 30 than most petrol cars. Fact or fiction? It's a bit of an easy one, that, isn't it, really? What do we think, chat? Dean straight in there, facts. Tescan, facts. Malcolm Fowler, facts. Yeah, there's a lot of facts going on here. Let me know when you're ready, chaps.
Yeah, ready.
You ready? Kev, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
He's ready. Okay, and go for it. Facts. There we go. I've noticed, Kev, you're a lot more ready with your answer. Sorry.
The competitive side coming out here.
Yeah, that I can see it now. I can see it now. Well done, everyone, for getting those right. That one right. So
yes,
we
there are caveats on that one as well.
Always. Question number 14. EVs are heavier than the equivalent ICE cars in all cases. Question number 14. EVs are heavier than the equivalent ICE cars in all cases. Fact or fiction? Commuter Branch Line is straight in there with a fiction. Adrian Thomas, second place, in there with a fiction. Tescan straight in there with a fiction. Mark Cornwell's gone for a fact, though. Controversial. Roland Moore in for the fiction. Any more for any more? So, Kevin and Alex, are you ready? You've got to say yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, give me your answers.
So I've gone
Fiction.
with this.
Fiction.
I don't
Okay, we've got two
necessarily agree with
fictions.
it.
So that is correct according to the answers. Why is it controversial, Alex? Pray tell.
Because quite often when I see graphics that are comparing, say, a Model 3 with a 3 Series, they're comparing Model 3 with a plug-in hybrid 3 Series rather than a petrol or diesel one. And the plug-in hybrid is the worst case scenario. Yeah, it is heavier, but it's not heavy by much. Generally speaking, yeah, it's still significantly heavier if you've got an EV than there aren't a lot of EVs that are as light as a petrol car.
That's an interesting one. Not my EV converted Mini. It's lighter. There we go. Good to hear. The hybrid Toyota.
Oh, we should just say that, yeah.
Way more than the Model 3. There we go.
Is that the plug-in hybrids or the normal hybrids?
The self-charging ones, mate. That's what it'll be.
Charge.
Right. Question number 15. It's great work, everyone, so far. It's majority right answers. Number 15. One pedal driving increases brake wear. True or false? One pedal driving increases brake wear.
In fiction or fact? Yeah.
That's what I meant. Yeah. Fact or fiction? In fact, I saw something on the socials saying something about one pedal driving. I can't remember what it's. Just something along the lines of something negative, which was just clearly a load of BS. There was no grey area with it, unlike every single question we've done so far. So everyone's going in for fiction here, it looks like. So Tescan, Mark Cornwell, Malcolm Fowler, Roland Moore, and Adrian Thomas in with the fiction. So question number 15, one pedal driving increases brake wear. Chaps, give me your answers.
There you go.
Unless, of course, you're just letting the car creep and stabbing the brakes. But I mean, I'm
Correct.
really picking grey areas right out of random here. But yeah,
You're just making it up now, aren't you?
I'm making
Just like I am making up this quiz.
I have shown someone how to drive an EV, and they used 2 feet driving, which I think did increase brake wear.
wow.
Okay.
Yeah. That you use 2 feet, so one for the brake and one for the accelerator. And then when I said you don't do that, they said, "What if I want to press them both? Need to press them both at the same time?" It's like, just thinking, when is that an option? Brake? What? Somebody's going to say rally driving or something now, but
I feel like it's a bit quiet. Maybe we should add some music to the background, just a chip, just to, just as it's festive. Okay, right, everyone. Oh, hang on. What's it?
fact or fiction.
There we go. Straight in. Fact or fiction? Right, I'm losing it now. Number 16. EV tyres wear out faster purely because of weight. Question number 16. Fact or fiction? EV tyres wear out faster purely because of weight. Bit of a weird one, isn't it?
This is going to be one where, yeah.
So here we go. So Mark Cornwell's coming with fiction. Commute branch line fact. Dean's put in Daily Mail says EVs produce lots of brake dust and tyre particles. Absolutely. It's far too much. Casey Talks put in fiction. Talk matters too.
Cool.
Kevin's just left because he's losing.
Kevin's gone to look it up on Wikipedia.
Mod Scotsman, fiction, but loads and loads of caveats. Caveat infinity. Yep, sounds about right. Okay, so has Kevin forfeit the game? The quiz? Let's just wait for him to just jump back in, because I'm sure he's not just going to jump out just because he's only losing by 1 point. Alex, what were your thoughts? Do you think you got this in the bag?
Yeah, but I've written about this at length, so it's one I know quite a bit about.
No, I mean just generally. Have you got this quiz?
Oh, just generally. Who knows?
I mean, mate, you're a point ahead. We're halfway through the quiz. I mean, has Kevin just jumped off?
Look up all the evidence for this on, hitting up ChatGPT.
Could be the fact. Yeah, could be the point. To be fair, he did jump off earlier, so maybe he has gone to do that. Oh, his internet has dropped. So anybody that thinks that Kevin's internet actually dropped off, do you think that's a fact or fiction? Pop it in the chat, chaps. Fact or fiction? Did Kevin? Alex thinks it's fiction. Everybody else, F for fact, FI for fiction.
If his internet actually has dropped
internet
off,
really drop out. Oh, Dean's gone with the fiction. Malcolm's gone with fact. Yusuf, tell him to hotspot. Yeah, I think that might have to be the case. His internet's never dropped out before, has it, Alex?
If only he knew a thing or two about IT. I mean, he could fix
If only. Kevin's just having a sob. It could be true. Tell him to hotspot. What's it? In seeing delays, yeah. He's asking his friend Neil on LinkedIn on tyre wear and efficiency. If anybody that doesn't know about Kevin's long and standing comments, debates with Neil on LinkedIn, there's quite a lot of debate that goes on. Jump on LinkedIn, go and check it out. Welsh broadband isn't the best. Dean, I wouldn't know, mate. Alex is fine. Alex is here. By the way, everyone that's just jumped on, we're having a quiz. And Kevin is 1 point behind, and apparently his internet's dropped off. And we're going with a fact or fiction. So far, we've got 2 facts and 1 fiction. So it looks like I don't want to take any points away from Kevin, but needs must. because he's essentially slowing down this quiz. So hopefully he won't be too much longer. I'm sure he won't be. But who's Neil? Yeah, well, this is it. I don't know what his surname is. Maybe KC can enlighten us. But we're kind of at the halfway point anyway. So what I would like everybody to do, or the end of the quiz, is to think about a myth that annoys you the most. So this is what we're going to do right at the end of the quiz. Once we know who the champion is out of Kevin and Alex, when Kevin comes back on and his internet issue resolves itself. So that is what I want everyone to think about while we wait for Kevin, is which EV myth annoys you the most? Alex, what's yours?
Loads of them. I mean, pretty much every single polarized debate about EVs gets up my nose because I just think the answer's never right or never quite that, fact or fiction often. But yeah, I would say the fires thing gets on my nerves a lot.
Okay.
There's people, this idea that, your car's going to spontaneously combust on your driveway.
Well, we'll have a think about that. Well, now Kevin's back. We were just talking
Mod Scott's just come up with the one that grinds my gears as well.
Okay, what's that one? EV cars have no soul. Oh, classic.
Yes. As if most cars with a combustion engine have a soul.
Yeah,
as if
you can even buy an electric car with a soul. It's called the Kia Soul.
There we go. Right, Kevin. Now we're going. Unfortunately, we had a fact or fiction question of whether your internet actually dropped out, and unfortunately, we had 2 fictions and 1 fact. So,
Literally,
everyone wait for that myth thing. Wait to the end. Keep it to yourself. We'll leave that to the end of the quiz. But let's get straight back into it because I'm conscious of time and we're only halfway through. So let's just jump straight in. So we're on number 16, which was EV tires wear out faster purely because of weight. Fact or fiction? Are you ready for that, Kev?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Ready, Alex? 3, 2, 1. Give us the answers. Fiction. Fiction. It is a fiction. Now, I've actually written controversial down to this next one. So, it'd be interesting to see what everyone thinks on this. So, question number 17. Are we ready? Towing with an EV halves its range in all scenarios. Fact or fiction? Towing with an EV halves its range in all scenarios. Friction. Nice. Commuter branch lines coming with the facts. Tescan said fiction. Yusef Vlog says fiction. Malcolm Fowler said fiction. Mark Cornwell said fact. I'll say this is 50-50 on this one. So, chaps, are you ready on this?
Yeah, this is a debatable point, but yeah. Ready?
Mm-hmm. Ready, Kev? Yep. Okay, we've got fiction. Yep.
Generally, but yeah, I mean, when I've seen cars towing at capacity, I mean, if you're towing a little tiny trailer with a tent in it, you're probably not going to halve the range. If you're towing a caravan, you could conceivably do so. So yeah.
And if you're towing one of those battery boxes that I've seen, you double your range.
Love it. And this is what I love. We're going through facts and fictions, but we're looking at the grey. We're looking at the grey area. And apparently Mod Scotsman said the guys in the USA have done plenty of videos on that. So yeah, we're looking at the grey in all these questions, which I think is really useful for everyone listening back to it. So question number 18, this is the last of the EV performance and driving section. EVs lose range faster at motorway speeds than ICE cars lose efficiency. Fact or fiction? EVs lose range faster at motorway speeds.
You're going to...
I'm hating my answer on this.
Yeah.
Than ICE cars lose efficiency. What are we thinking? How do Mimsy 8 beeps? Kev would get 6 miles per kilowatt hour towing a caravan uphill. That I'd like to see, Dean. Right. A lot of people coming with, KC's put in with a fact, Tescan's put in with a fiction, Yusef Vlogs, fact, fiction, fact. Oh, it's another controversial one. KC Talks just put, but only because petrol and diesel are more efficient at motorway speeds. Interesting to see. Wow. So the question was, EVs lose range faster at motorway speeds than ICE cars lose efficiency. Chaps, show me your answers. Go. Fact. Well, the answer is, according to this particular quiz, is fact. But give us some grey areas, Alex.
Well, yeah, this is another myth, I guess, isn't it? That gets tackled is that, yeah, when you're driving an EV around town, you're getting lots of regen opportunities that you don't get on the motorway. And when you're going at motorway speeds, you've got the motor running at a high RPM, and you're just dragging the vehicle through the air. So what people tend to notice with an EV, we've covered this in previous podcasts, is that where you'll have an overall range figure, if you're used to an ICE vehicle where you'll go further when you're at a steady motorway speed, with an EV it's the other way around. You'll get more range in town versus your overall average and less range on the motorway. The difference is obviously that people notice it more on the motorway. You get used to it. It's not a massive drop off, but yeah.
And the thing is,
both vehicles will eventually reach the speed where they're pushing a body of metal through the air and lose some, but ICE vehicles are better at a constant speed in terms of like limited range loss.
And if you remember, because of the efficiency of EVs, you've got what in most modern EVs, less than a 2-gallon tank, so they have a lot more energy in their tank. So they're not more efficient, they just have more energy stored.
I love the balance that we've put into that. Well done, chaps. But yeah, no, it's good to have this talk about it, because I don't think that really gets talked about much. I don't think we've covered that much about motorway speeds before. So we are on to the third out of 4 section, environment and ownership. This should be fun. So question number 19. Manufacturing an EV creates more CO2 than manufacturing an ICE car. Fact or fiction, manufacturing an EV creates more CO2 than manufacturing an ICE car. I mean, there's obviously a massive caveat with this one.
Okay.
What do people think? So we've got quite a lot of facts in there. Adrian Thomas is saying fiction. Yusef Vlogs saying fiction. Malcolm said facts. Jeffrey Hosam said fact. Good to have you in. Roland Moore said fact. Chaps, you ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Fact. Yes, indeed, it is a fact. However, I'd like to wade in on this grey area. I think it does really depend on the battery size, and bearing in mind that because battery is the biggest CO2 contributor, generally speaking. So if you're using recycled batteries, that could make a massive impact. And if it's a small city car, which has got a 16 kilowatt hour battery with recycled batteries, the argument is that actually it could be about parity or maybe slightly less. It'd be interesting to see what the actual balance is there. Do you chaps know?
It depends on the factory as well, doesn't it? Because BMW were really proud of their i3 factory, which was like all renewables and everything.
Production's getting greener all the time, and electricity's getting greener all the time. So yeah, I mean, a petrol or diesel car is not going to get lower and lower and lower CO2 as you go through its life. So yeah, it is worse in production, but very quickly claws that back in real world usage, which you can't do with an ICE vehicle.
It's worth highlighting that. So on to question 20. So we're 2/3 of the way through. An EV in the UK becomes cleaner than an ICE car within 2 years. Fact or fiction?
God.
An EV in the UK becomes cleaner than an ICE car within 2 years. Fact or fiction? What we got in the chat? Come on, chaps. Give the guys some help here. They're grinding their gears on this one. Mark Cornwell says fact. Commuter Branch Line says fiction. Malcolm Fowler says fact. Tescan says fact. Adrian Thomas says fact. Yusef Loss says fact. Chaps, you ready? Give us your answers. 3, 2, 1, go. Both with fiction.
It depends on the car, depends where it's charged, depends how much you use it. But typical UK mileage, isn't it, in an EV? Something like 8,000 or 9,000 miles a year. Average overall for the entire fleet. You're not going to get 16,000 miles isn't enough, and the grid isn't clean enough here to recover that in 2 years.
Jeffrey,
unless you're doing epic mileage. I mean, your two cars will have covered theirs within the first couple of years on the road by the look of it. So.
Yeah, so according to the answer sheet here, and I can only go by the answers, and there is a massive caveats in this, as Jeffrey Hosam has mentioned, as Mod Scotsman has popped in the chat, and also as Alex has highlighted there, it all really does depend on the mileage. But according to this fact, 2 years. It's the fact. So it's a fact. But yeah, no, there are definitely grey areas here.
I'd like to see some peer-reviewed research to say that. It's not much more than that. It's usually about 20 or 30,000 miles, isn't it? So I mean, yeah, you could pay it back in that time, but
I wish I'd put the answer I thought the answer was going to be rather than what I felt the answer was, because then I would have caught up with you, Alex.
You're starting to catch on here, Kev. AI cannot be questioned. AGI will get you at the end. So, question number 21. EVs could reduce air pollution even when powered by fossil fuels. Question number 21. EVs reduce air pollution even when powered by fossil fuels. Fact or fiction? So Mark Cornwall's gone with the fact, commuter branch line fact, Malcolm Fowler's gone fiction, Jeffrey's gone for fact, Roland's gone for fact, Yusuf's gone for fiction, Mimsy, good to see you jumping in here, fact as well. Chaps, you ready with your answers?
Mm-hmm.
3, 2, 1, go for it. Fact and fact. It is a fact. That's what it says. It's a fact. So, quite a lot of grey area here. I'd have thought, yeah, maybe a little bit, not as much as the other ones, maybe. But generally speaking, if it's the electricity is produced by fossil fuels, it still tends to be more efficient, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's efficient when you do it at that scale. It's the scale of it.
Indeed. So maybe not as great as I mentioned. So number 22, second-hand EVs are risky purchases due to battery uncertainty. Question number 22, second-hand EVs are risky purchases due to battery uncertainty. Fact or fiction? What do we think, people? Quite a lot of fictions in here. Dean's fiction, commuter branch line, Tescan.
I'm assuming we're excluding one particular model.
Nissan Leaf, Mod Scotsman.
That was the model I thought we were excluding.
Yeah, I think maybe at the start of the quiz, we should have said all the answers bode really well. Let's just forget about the Nissan Leaf in all of these examples, bar the new shape one, of course. So, chaps, fact or fiction? Go for it. Fiction, yes, indeed.
So you could also argue that you don't know what's happened with an engine. I mean, a car that's gone up and down the motorway its entire life and not worked very hard could be quite different to someone that's belonged to somebody who warms the car up in the morning by starting it up and bouncing off the rev limiter for 5 minutes until it's up to temperature. You've got absolutely no idea there's a risk with any used purchase or any used product. You have no idea what the person before has done to it.
And it's about reducing risk, isn't it? So I would always recommend people do a battery test. Ford EcoBoom, indeed. I would recommend anyone do a battery test. And what I found out recently as well, worth highlighting, is that I always recommend Kia Niros and Hyundai Konas as electric cars being very reliable. But I have found out recently that they are quite prone for gearbox issues if the oil hasn't been changed. So it's a little tip there for people, if they are looking for that particular vehicle as a second-hand vehicle, make sure that it's had its gearbox oil changed at regular intervals. A little tip which I found from another channel. So yeah, well done everyone. I think we got there pretty much pretty well there. So number 23. Oh, it's Alex's favourite subject: EV fires. Fact or fiction? EV fires are more common than petrol car fires? Fact or fiction? EV fires are more common than petrol car fires. I think there's whack it in the chat. People, what do people think? Way the EV to check the battery loss. Yes, absolutely. That's the best way. And aren't they not safe from key thieves? Yeah, exactly. Now, there is a bit of controversy here in terms of EV fires, because quite a lot of the time people say about, oh, well, there's less EVs on the road in comparison to ICE vehicles, but we can touch on that in a second. But I think the majority here, Roland, Mod Scotsman, Malcolm, Adrian, Dean, Tescan, Jeffrey, I think everyone's saying fiction in here, even Mimsy. Fiction, the cars are less common, yeah, for sure. Kevin, Alex, go for it. Fact or fiction? Fiction, yes. That is the answer I have in front of me.
The gap will eventually be slightly smaller than it is now, but it's something like the numbers are something like 80 times lower. I mean, that's affected by the fact that your average age of an EV on the road is significantly less, like lower than an ICE vehicle and various other things. I think generally speaking, even once the market's mature and comparable, it'll still be much lower, but it just won't be.
Look at that from Dean. Look at that from Dean. I know we keep on absolutely hammering the Nissan Leaf for everything, but it's a really interesting. Well, is this a fact or fiction that Dean has got here? Can anyone argue this one? Has the Nissan Leaf has reported that have never had a battery fire? Fact or fiction?
I'm gonna have to dig up the DECRA pictures of the pole crash test. You remember those?
But then I have seen video of an ENV 200 caught fire on the charger, but that did have an additional extension battery added. So
that doesn't count. Doesn't count.
So
right. So just for everyone who's just joined, we're having a fact or fiction EV quiz.
This
for fact in comments. F
it's not working at all.
Oh, what you got there? Oh yeah, that looks pretty nasty, mate.
And it didn't catch fire. I interviewed the guys that did the test, and it didn't catch fire. But yeah,
I'd love to play, but my connection is so slow. Your comments come up before the video. I'll have to play it by yourself after the event, mate. Fact, because nobody buys the Leaf.
Some would argue the battery needs energy in it to catch fire.
Yeah, yeah. 1 kilowatt hour doesn't count after 60,000 miles. Right, last question of the environmental and ownership. They're into the last one, which is the myth busting and spicy takes. So last question, number 24, and we've got another 5, then we're done. And they're pretty close, guys. I mean, Alex is a point ahead, so let's go for it. Question number 24. Insurance costs for EVs are always higher than ICE cars. Fact or fiction? Insurance costs for EVs are always higher than ICE cars. What do we think in the chat, guys? What do we think? Fact or fiction? Oh, come on. Commuter branch line says fact. We've got fiction from Dean. Yusuf said, it's part of the crowd, this one, actually.
I'm not sure about how to answer this one because it's...
Malcolm's put in fiction. Mimsy Peeps put fiction. Roland's put in a fact.
I need to work out how I get 1 point back from Alex. So
this may be the one where you vote tactically to go for that.
Yeah. Okay, chaps, you ready with your answers?
Yeah.
Say yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Go.
No, he's put the same as me.
I love the way that Kevin was just waiting for Alex to, because he wasn't sure he was going to do it. Yes, it is in fact a fiction, according to my answers. So yes,
I would say generally speaking, if you're looking at average overall, you would probably find that EVs are generally higher. But that's because they generally tend to be higher performance, more expensive vehicles as an average than ICE vehicles.
Well, I was worried about Kev because for everyone that doesn't know, Kev was not a massive fan of Tesla, not just for political reasons, but he just was not a massive fan. Then Kevin decided to go the Tesla route, and then he said, I better check the insurance. And I was worried that it might put him off. But I think a lot of the work that Tesla have done recently to bring the insurance costs down, Kevin was actually pleased. He was quoted happy, weren't you, Kev?
Yeah, it wasn't a major difference to my current electric car.
There we go. Right, we're on to the final round, everyone. Final round, last 5 questions, myth busting and spicy takes. So number 25, EVs are worse for the environment if you keep your old diesel? I really didn't read this one through.
Well, if you just buy an EV put in the garage and drive around in your diesel, you mean?
Yeah.
Question 25. EVs are worse for the environment if you keep your old diesel.
Probably.
Well, if you never drive if the diesel sits in the garage and does nothing, then.
Malcolm Fowler has absolutely got the right. He has got a question mark, and I wish I'd checked that particular question because I didn't actually see that one. So I think everyone's confused, which is great because that means these guys are more likely to get this wrong. So he never said that the quiz was fair, chaps. So fact or fiction, EVs are worse for the environment if you keep your old diesel. Fact or fiction? You ready, chaps? 3, 2, 1, go.
No, you've got a blank. Oh, no, blank screen.
Blank screens.
Oh. Wait.
Double tactics here.
Yeah.
Fact or fiction? Well, apparently it's a fiction. So, Alex, you've lost that one.
Yes.
Got the point.
How on earth is that a fiction?
Don't argue. Don't argue, mate. Otherwise, you'll be straight off the channel. So you're now neck and neck, and there's only 4 questions to go. I might have to get a tiebreaker in. How did everyone else do? That question was so difficult, even ChatGPT couldn't help me. It's not like they ChatGPT did this quiz.
Nice.
Replace your new EV every 3 years is worse than keeping a diesel for 15 years. Wow, interesting. Godzilla, thanks for sharing that. That would be matter, Ted. Right, so question number 26. Here we go. Solid state batteries will make today's EVs obsolete overnight. Question 26. Solid state batteries will make today's EVs
Alex
obsolete
might get it back on this one.
overnight. Fact or fiction? What do we think? Well, it's fiction. Mark Cornwell's coming quick with a fiction. Dean's coming quick with a fiction. Quite a lot of fictions. Mod Scotsman's just put laugh out loud Toyota. Yeah, let's. Yeah,
Is Alex playing this tactically now?
Ooh. Right, chaps, ready with your answers? 3, 2, 1, go. Fiction. Yes, you are correct. Toyota will never have solid state batteries. I mean, solid state batteries will make today EV. No. Yes, it is a fiction. Solid state batteries. It would just be an improvement.
There'll be a place for both. Yeah, there'll be a place for both.
Dean's absolutely nailed it. Hydrogen is the future.
Oh, we forgot about that.
For shipping. All right. I'm not even sure if it's the future for shipping. It's definitely good for some things. Right, number 27. Here we go. We're on the last stretch now. 4 more questions. Number 27. Fact or fiction? The grid can't cope if everyone switches to EVs. Fact or fiction? The grid, I think they're thinking about the UK grid, can't cope if everyone switches to EVs. Fact or fiction? What do we think, chat? Is that a fact or a fiction? I know we're going over time here, but we're having too much fun. Fiction, fiction, fiction. Mark Cornwell's fiction. Adrian Thomas fiction. Godzilla's going in with fact. Yusef's going in with fact. Roland's going with fiction. You ready, chaps? 3, 2, 1. Give me your answers, please. Fiction, fiction. It is a fiction.
Peak load on the electrical grid was 2002. And it's come down and down and down in the meantime as people have added solar and more efficient appliances and so on. The issue is on a local grid level, not on a national grid level. So there are some issues to solve. But
yeah, absolutely. So TV efficiency's gone down like from 300 watts down to 30 watts and things like this. So yeah, Alex is absolutely right. The data centers is going to be the interesting thing in AI business. So well done, everyone. Right now, fact. So well done, everyone, for jumping in there. So last 3, number 28. Most EV owners would never go back to ICE. Most electric vehicle owners would never go back to petrol or diesel. Fact or fiction? What do we think in the chat? Fact. Tescan's in there first. Dean's not far behind. Fact. Everyone's thinking fact. Kevin, Alex, are you ready with your answers?
Yeah.
You are? Go for it. Go. Fact. You are right. I think, what was it? I think I saw a stat the other day. It was like 90. It was like low 90s, wasn't it? Something like that. Mid to low 90s.
It's more than that. It's slightly more complicated than that. There's a study that was widely reported, and it was they'd lumped together. I'd consider it with I wouldn't. So there's only a certain number of people who would definitely, and it's a very small portion. Once you factor in the people who might, it's lower. It's more.
I think a lot of the time, generally speaking, they'd probably, if they've said no, they've either bought the wrong car or they've been in that wrong position and they've not been advised properly or they've not looked into it enough. So
I can't imagine buying a new car that's not at least a plug-in hybrid, but I probably wouldn't go plug-in hybrid either. I can't imagine buying a regular non-plug-in vehicle new.
Unless there's a 458 on the drive. That's a good point, mate. That's good. Wouldn't want to commute to London in a 458 though.
It's ULEZ compliant.
Is it?
It's new enough.
Yeah.
It's
I have a
probably
feeling
ULEZ
many will go back without home charging and using Rapids. Yeah, it depends on the vehicle. If you buy a used Nissan Leaf, you might. Anyway, moving on to number 29. You'd never be in a fire though. That's the most simple. Let's just always caveat to a positive here. The Balanced EV podcast, YEV.
Unless there's an arsonist involved. Just picking back to earlier comments.
Sorry, say again, mate.
Sorry, I'm just being a pain in the ass.
Okay. Yeah. Number 29, EV conversions are more sustainable than buying new EVs.
EV for your bank balance or your...
I did not put this question in here. Just saying. EV conversions are more sustainable than buying new EVs. Fact or fiction? What do we think? Fiction, Tescan straight in there. Dean's in with a fact. Usually Vlog is in with a fiction. Mark Cornwell is facts. This is dividing the crowd, which is a good one because we need that to put off Alex and Kevin, the EV masterminds of this particular quiz. So, chaps, are you ready?
Yeah.
Fact or fiction? Go for it.
Quick. Phone's locked.
Oh, hang on a minute. Fact, yes, you are correct. Although there's probably quite a lot of grey in there.
Especially if you're using second-hand parts for a start. If you're using kind of parts that are out of donor vehicles and so on, as a lot of them do.
Because you're recycling.
You're recycling, yeah. You're recycling a body and you're putting recycled parts in it.
If you're going to be really sad about it, start looking at certain scope 1, 2, 3 and take into consideration the number of hours and the CO2 emissions of that particular person over the hours and hours and hours of, you can go into so much detail there. But yeah, I mean, secondhand parts would obviously make a little more sense.
I wouldn't say it's better for your wallet though than buying a new one.
I wouldn't know, mate. Wouldn't know. So this is the final question.
A tear on your cheek. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's one of those ones you get in prison, mate. So yeah.
Is this the can? Is this the stormtrooper cans? Missed your mouth. Yeah.
There we go. So question. Oh, what's that? I will get a converted Opel Manta one day. Oof, that was good. I'd love a Land Rover EV. I just don't have 75k. Yes.
Yeah, to be fair, the real one is going to be more
would be reliable. What's that, Kev?
The new one's going to be slightly more than that when it comes out.
Yeah, I think it's probably more reliable to get a Defender and do it that way. So, last question, number 30: synthetic fuels will replace EVs for everyday cars. Synthetic fuels will replace EVs for everyday cars.
They might replace someone's car's fuel tank with them eventually.
What does everyone think? Lots of fictions in here. Lots of fictions in here. So, guys, you ready?
Ready? Yeah, my phone's not locked now, so yes, quick, before it locks the screen.
Okay. So, fact or fiction? Go for it. Yes, you're both correct. Oh my goodness.
It's funny, isn't it, to think that like people talk about how there's not enough power to run EVs when synthetic fuels use 5 times the amount of energy. It's crazy. I'm very excited about synthetic fuels as the owner of an old car. I'm 100% for it, but it's not gonna pull the rug out from under EVs.
Everyone, I'm extremely excited because this is a tiebreaker situation. Can you hear my heartbeat? I can hear it. So, we've got a final question, and I think we're gonna have to base it on fastest. Like, can you get it up? Fact or fiction, so to speak. So, okay, are we ready, Alex and Kev? You got to shout out the answer. I don't think it's.
No, that's okay. You're right. That makes it easier.
So this is just for Kevin and Alex as a tiebreaker. Yeah, exactly. You should have heard me earlier. An EV driven at 70 miles an hour can consume more energy per mile than the same EV driven at 80 miles per hour under certain real-world conditions. Fact or fiction?
Fiction.
Alex?
Same EV, yeah?
There's no. I mean, unless you're talking about prevailing weather. Oh yeah, I mean, so sorry. Yes, if the weather is colder and if there's more people in the EV and stuff, it would be less efficient, and the tires were let down, and all the other things working against it. So yeah.
Are you giving me a fact or fiction answer, Alex?
A fact, because if you let the tires down, you fill it with luggage, and you drive it in colder weather, then yes, it could.
Alex has won.
Oh.
Do I have to do that again?
Yeah, that was another odd question. One on a quirk there.
I was
trying to be quick, so I didn't analyze it as much.
That's fair enough. It's one of those. So this is what the answer was.
You don't just want to get it up. You want to take your time with it. Yeah.
You want to let it mellow like a fine wine. So at 70 miles an hour, cold battery, no preconditioning, heater, demist, lights, wipers, headwind. At 80 miles an hour, warm battery, no high back load, slipstream in traffic and tailwind.
Oh, see, that was half the question there.
So there we go. It was supposed to divide the crowd on that one, and Kev has gone straight into black or white. Alex has just slowed down a bit. So yeah, lots of dodgy questions. You're absolutely right.
None dodgier than the end.
This is YEV. It's not, Mastermind. We've got Christmas jumpers on, and I'm drinking Stormtrooper IPA. So I'm in a coffee. Ooh. Well done, everybody. So everyone that's in the chat, how did you do? I'm just going to add up all the 30 questions, and both the guys got 28 out of 30 each. I personally think that should be a round of applause for both of you. So what did everybody else get? Pop it in the comments. It'd be really interesting. Oh, Mark's coming with 27. That's good work, mate. I need one behind the EV experts here. Well, Malcolm's got 25. Still good. I think I'd have probably got about 25, to be fair. Well, I didn't scrap my car. That's good. Good. I hope the insurance comes through okay, mate. That's the main thing. Yeah, pop in your answers. 28. Did anybody beat 28? Lost count. Oh, I know you definitely got a couple wrong, Yusef. Yuzo. It was Yusef, sorry. I did spot you make a couple of, I reckon you got about 27, 26 from memory. So yeah, pop them in there. And as I mentioned, when Kevin jumped out to check out Wikipedia or ChatGPT on that question, number 15, we made a note. We were asking everybody else was a final question, which was, which myth annoys you the most? Does Alex get a Charge Heads t-shirt? Yes, he does. He does indeed. You and Dean and Alex could be matching now. There we go. Where's Alex's trophy? There you go, mate. Imagine
yeah,
you had one, you could grab it.
I might pop to the shops after this and grab one, actually.
You could put it on the mantelpiece behind you where the roaring fire is. So
there's not a lot of space with all the tinsel there. I mean,
it's true. It's true. So I think it was Commuter Branch Line came up with a brilliant one, which was, which myth annoys you the most? EVs have no soul. That was a great one. Waiting hours to charge, great one. Range anxiety, yep. I still think that EVs have no soul is a great one. Because what is soul?
I know someone who drives a Soul. He's got plenty of souls.
I'm always of the belief that a soul, some cars are born with it, some cars can inherit it, and actually you can have an awful lot of experiences in an EV, which will give it a soul and a personality and memories attached to that vehicle. Because you can have, I always find when you see these cars going through auctions and they've done like 200 miles, I think that car's lived no life. It's spent its entire life locked up somewhere doing nothing. It has no chance to help people make memories and have things attached to it that kind of give it that personality. But yeah,
it's a really good point, and it's quite close to my. You started that sentence. Maybe it's born with it. It sounded like a Maybelline advert when you started that sentence, mate.
More of a Weller guy. What can I say?
The Soul one is very, very close to Charge Heads and me, because obviously the TVR that I'm converting to electric is a very, very soulful car supposedly, and I've ripped the heart and soul out of it. I did a really good video, I thought, about, remember when Jim Carrey in that film, I think it was Dumb and Dumber, he like hit that the Chinese chef and grabbed his heart and pulled it out, like taking the heart, ripping out the hearts. Anyway,
so isn't the TVR like getting a TVR like hiring a hitman for yourself?
It is really, and I was quite upset the other day because a YouTuber that I listened to, they were talking about TVR being reimagined, and that an electric TVR, they said it's a stupid idea, and that really hurt, really deep, really, really deep. So I mean, I'm not the sharpest chap in there, the sharpest tool in the box, but you do what you do. That's what I say. But one thing I wanted to mention is not tomorrow, 1st of January, New Year's Day. If anyone is at a loose end who wants to come to a car meet, talk about EVs, they can bring whatever car they want. We've got a car meet, Charge Heads car meet, Caffeine and Machine, The Bowl at 2 p.m. till 4:30. Got to give people a bit of time to recover from their hangovers. And it looks like we've got sort of 15 to 20 cars arriving. At Caffeine and Machine, The Bowl, they've got coffee, food, it's dog friendly, there's a decent car park. It should be a good event. So if people have got questions about EVs, if they want to jump in an EV, everyone's pretty good, will be friendly there. There'll be modified EVs there. There's going to be BMW i3 there. There's going to be all sorts of cars there, plus the normal sort of crew that will be there as well. So if anyone fancies that, 2 o'clock, New Year's Day, we'll have a bit of a car meet, a bit of a natter, have a coffee, all the rest of it. Come and say hello. It'd be good to be there if you can make it. If not, I'm sure we'll have another one in another quarter of the year. Right, is there any, did you guys want to say anything before we just come up?
Well, yes, as always, there's a loyal crowd of guys that log on every week, and plenty of other guys that come on and watch catch up on it during, the days afterwards. Really appreciate everyone who tunes into the podcast, whether you watch it live or you catch up on it later, and especially you guys who contribute in the comments every week. It all adds to the discussion. It makes it a fun place to be. So thank you very much for tuning in this year, and look forward to seeing you on the other side of New Year's Day.
Yeah, thanks everyone.
No, I completely agree. Alex, absolutely well said, mate. Thank you very much. Yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in. It's been a pleasure to do every week, and we're just going to keep on cracking on. And next week, in the calendar, I can tell you what we're talking about. We are going to be talking about the lies about electric vehicles. So quite on kind of piece of facts and fiction. So that'll be an interesting one to talk about. Just a couple of comments just to finish off. So the myth that Dean hates the most, who was 2024 winner last year of the EV quiz, I hasten to add, social media pages posting a photo of a random car on fire, insinuating that it's EV, and the fueling the comments of silly, be it was an EV post. Completely agree. Was it an EV post? I car camped in my Tesla Model Y over 100 nights with my kids. A few memories there for sure. Wow, 100 nights. Wowzers. Is there going to be a future episode on Octopus charges in January? I recall something about this a few episodes ago. Good point, actually. We were going to talk about that. Perhaps we can touch on that next week. Is that at Stratford? No, it's just outside of Bedford. It's the second one that they did. It's just off the A421. There's rapid chargers around as well, so it's not far away from rapid charger if you're worried about range. Thanks for doing the pod, fellas. It'll be good to meet up one of these days, absolutely. But no, thank you again so much for joining in, everyone. Please comment after the event. Please share it. It'd be really helpful to help the channel grow, so we can dig a bit deeper on the budget, chaps, and maybe have a in-person meeting for the live one next year. And I'm still keen for this EV bumper car rally somewhere. So if anyone's got an idea of where we can do that, I might be doing it by myself, but who cares?
Well, at least we know that if we crash a Leaf, then it's not going to catch fire.
Exactly, and that's why we need to do this. At least they're so cheap now as well. Anyway, thanks everyone.